Good evening. Tonight's headlines. Police are investigating a fatal accident involving a motorcyclist at McDoom, East Bank Demerara. A probe is launched into a fire incident aboard a water ambulance. An intensified search is underway for fugitive Akeem Wong following brutal murders. An 18-year-old is remanded for unlawful possession of a firearm. The new movement requests Gecom's removal of Dr Asha Kissoon from Parliament. Mr. A Mohammad presents a brand new motorcycle to a Venezuelan migrant. Minister Hugh Todd chairs a multiagency meeting to address the influx of Venezuelan migrants. A probe is initiated following an inconclusive post-mortem examination of 19-month-old Kayden Munroe. Lastly, a security guard is fatally shot during a robbery at People's Supermarket. Stay tuned for further updates on these stories.
Police investigating fatal accident involving motorcyclist at McDoom, East Bank Demerara. The Guyana Police Force, GPF, is currently investigating a tragic accident that occurred last night at approximately 21:35 HRS on the public road at McDoom, East Bank Demerara. The incident, which took place near the Guyana Shore Base Incorporated, resulted in the untimely death of 26-year-old motorcyclist Dr Trim. According to preliminary investigations, the accident involved a motorcycle operated by Dr Trim, a resident of Lot 16 Bel Air Village, Georgetown, and a motor lorry with registration number GAE 2805 owned by Guyana Shore Base Incorporated. The lorry was being driven by Nicole Higgins, a 24-year-old from Sparendam Housing Scheme, East Coast Demerara. Initial findings suggest that the lorry was traveling eastward on Rome Access Road towards McDoom Public Road. Upon reaching the junction, traffic officers halted all vehicles proceeding south and north on both carriageways before allowing the lorry to proceed east across McDoom Public Road. At the same time, a group of motorcyclists was traveling south on the eastern drive lane of the eastern carriageway. As they maneuvered alongside the stationary vehicles, they began overtaking the line of traffic at a high speed. Tragically, Trim's motorcycle collided with the rear portion of the motor lorry, causing him to fall onto the road surface and skid into the rear right side wheel of the lorry. Despite efforts to render assistance, Trim sustained severe injuries and was transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital for medical attention. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. Trim's body is currently housed at the Georgetown Public Hospital's mortuary, awaiting a post-mortem examination. Probe launched into fire incident aboard water ambulance. Authorities have initiated a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding a fire that engulfed a water ambulance operating on the Orala/Siparuta to Riverton route, resulting in its complete destruction. The incident occurred shortly after 1700 hours today while a nurse and several residents from the riverine communities of Orala/Siparuta were returning from the Skeldon Hospital after transporting an emergency case earlier in the day. According to accounts provided to the news desk, one of the ambulance crew members went to inspect the vessel's deck, only to be met with large flames upon opening the door. The fire quickly spread, causing injuries to the crew member's arms, neck, and face. Prompt action was taken to evacuate the injured individual to the Skeldon Public Hospital by a passing vessel, which provided assistance. Fortunately, the other occupants of the ambulance escaped unharmed. As investigations into the incident continue, authorities are working diligently to ascertain the cause of the fire and determine any contributing factors. The safety and well-being of all involved remain a top priority, and measures will be taken to prevent similar incidents in the future. Further updates on the investigation will be provided as information becomes available. Intensified search underway for fugitive Akeem Wong following brutal murders. As fugitive Akeem Wong remains on the run after the brutal murder of 75-year-old Elizabeth Gomez and her son, 49-year-old David Gomez, at their Saxicali village home, Crime Chief Wendell Blanham has confirmed that a team of highly trained Joint Services ranks has been deployed to the location to recapture him. Crime Chief Blanham expressed confidence that the team would successfully apprehend Wong, who reportedly sustained injuries during the commissioning of the crime by the now-deceased David Gomez. The tragic incident occurred on Saturday last, witnessed by David's 6-year-old son. Since the family's relocation to the city, they frequently returned to their Saxicali residence to maintain their house and surroundings. However, their routine visit took a sinister turn when Akeem Wong, an unexpected visitor and prison escapee, arrived seeking food and directions. According to reports, Wong initially requested food and directions but later armed himself with a cutlass, attacking David Gomez with multiple chops. Elizabeth Gomez, David's mother, intervened to rescue her son but was also brutally attacked by Wong. Following the assault, Wong attempted to wash away the blood but fled into nearby bushes upon hearing approaching footsteps. The child, witnessing the horrific ordeal, managed to send a voice note to his father's friend, who alerted the police. Preliminary investigations indicate that Wong, seen in the area at the time of the incident, is the prime suspect in the double homicide. The Guyana police force urges anyone with information regarding Wong's whereabouts to come forward and assist in his apprehension. Public cooperation is essential in ensuring swift justice and bringing closure to the victims' families. "18-year-old remanded for unlawful possession of firearm." Daniel Greenage, an 18-year-old resident of Budden's housing scheme, West Cange Burbis, was remanded to prison on Monday following charges of unlawful possession of a firearm. The proceedings took place at the New Amsterdam Magistrates Court before Magistrate Matthias. During the court appearance, Greenage pleaded not guilty to the charge of unlawful possession of a firearm. He was remanded to prison until March 27, 2024, pending further legal proceedings. In addition to the firearm-related charge, Greenage also faced a separate charge of unlawful wounding. He was granted bail in the sum of $200,000 for this offense. These charges stem from an alleged shooting incident involving Faye Samaru on February 27, 2024, in Sheet Anchor Village, East Sanjia Burbis. The Guyana police force continues to investigate the circumstances surrounding the incident to ensure justice is served. The new movement requests Gecom removal of Dr Asha Kissoon from Parliament. The New Movement, TNM, a political party founded by Member of Parliament, MP, Dr. Asha Kassoon, has officially written to the Guyana Elections Commission, Gecom, requesting the removal of Dr. Kassoon from the National Assembly. Dr. Kassoon has recently been embroiled in controversy due to her failure to adhere to an agreement made with two other parties regarding the rotation of the parliamentary seat she currently occupies. According to the agreement, Dr. Kassoon was expected to vacate her seat in November, with an extension granted until February. However, she has refused to relinquish the seat despite the agreed-upon terms. Gerald Ford, the representative of the list of TNM, submitted a letter to Gecom on March 5, 2024, urging for Dr. Kassoon's recall from Parliament. The letter also requested that the representative of a new and united Guyana, ANUG, Althea King, replace Dr. Kassoon in accordance with the agreement among the three parties. Furthermore, Ford called for an investigation into the process by which Dr. Kassoon's name was submitted to Parliament, as he, as the representative of the list, did not submit her name. He emphasized that he became aware of Dr. Kassoon's continued presence in the National Assembly through media reports, citing her refusal to resign from Parliament. Ford clarified that Dr. Josh Kanhai served as the deputy representative of the list, and both individuals operated in accordance with the Representation of the People Act. ANUG has also expressed its stance on the matter, urging Dr. Kassoon to honor the agreement and step down to allow for the replacement by ANUG's representative, Althea King. ANUG highlighted Dr. Kassoon's acceptance of the deputy speaker position in the National Assembly as a breach of the agreement. Efforts to obtain a comment from Dr. Kassoon have been unsuccessful, as she has declined to address the matter publicly. Mr. A Mohammad presents brand new motorcycle to Venezuelan migrant. In a heartwarming gesture of compassion and support, Mr. A Mohammad has presented Andrea Hurtado, a Venezuelan national, with a brand new motorcycle. The presentation took place on Monday, symbolizing a significant step towards empowerment and economic stability for Hurtado and her family. Hurtado, a mother of 3, migrated to Guyana 3 years ago in search of a better life, escaping the hardships faced in her home country. The generous gift of a motorcycle from Mr. A Mohammad opens up new opportunities for Hurtado, enabling her to launch her own delivery service. Expressing her gratitude, Hurtado conveyed her heartfelt thanks to Mr. A Mohammad for his kindness and generosity. She pledged to utilize the motorcycle to its fullest potential, ensuring a steady income stream to support her family's needs. The delivery service initiated by Hurtado will encompass a range of services, including the transportation of food, groceries, documents, and other essentials. By embarking on this venture, Hurtado not only secures a means of livelihood but also contributes to the local economy and community. In response, Mr. A Mohammad emphasized the importance of safety on the roadway as Hurtado embarks on her entrepreneurial journey. He expressed his confidence in her ability to succeed and encouraged her to prioritize safety while plying her trade. The heartwarming exchange exemplifies the spirit of compassion and solidarity within the Guyanese community, demonstrating the power of collective support in uplifting individuals facing adversity. Minister Hugh Todd chairs multi-agency meeting to address influx of Venezuelan migrants. Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Minister, Hugh Todd, led a crucial meeting of the Multi-Agency Coordinating Committee on Friday to tackle the pressing issue of the influx of migrants from Venezuela into Guyana. Attended by relevant government stakeholders and international partners, the first committee meeting of the year set the agenda for continued collaborative efforts in providing essential humanitarian assistance to migrants, including returning Guyanese fleeing economic hardships in Venezuela. In his opening remarks, Minister Todd reiterated the government's unwavering commitment to supporting Venezuelan migrants. He emphasized the long-term objective of integrating them into Guyanese society while acknowledging the immediate need for comprehensive services in crucial areas such as healthcare, education, labor, sanitation, shelter, food, and clothing for the most vulnerable migrants. Concluding the meeting, Minister Todd tasked the committee with organizing another outreach activity at the earliest opportunity. This outreach will specifically target Region 1, Barimaweni, due to the high concentration of migrants from Venezuela in that area. The collaborative efforts of the Multi-Agency Coordinating Committee underscore the government's proactive approach to addressing the humanitarian needs of migrants while ensuring the well-being and integration of vulnerable populations into Guyanese society. Probe initiated following inconclusive post-mortem examination of 19-month-old Kayden Munroe. The post-mortem examination (PME) conducted on the body of 19-month-old Kayden Munroe, who tragically passed away at the West Demerara Regional Hospital on March 7, has yielded inconclusive results. However, additional body samples have been sent for testing at a pathology lab as authorities continue their investigation into the circumstances surrounding the young boy's death. The autopsy, overseen by government pathologist Dr. Nihal Singh, was conducted on Monday. While the initial PME did not provide conclusive findings, samples taken for testing at the pathology laboratory at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation (GPHC) are expected to yield results within 4 to 6 weeks. Devi Munroe, the baby's grandmother, speaking with Newsroom, expressed the family's ongoing concern and eagerness for answers as they await the conclusion of the probe. She confirmed that health ministry officials are yet to engage with the family regarding the matter. The Ministry of Health has pledged to conduct a thorough investigation into the incident, particularly focusing on the sequence of events leading up to Kayden's passing. Over the course of 48 hours preceding his death, Kayden visited multiple health institutions, including the Den Amstel Health Center, the Leonora District Hospital, a private pharmacy, a private doctor's office, and the West Demerara Regional Hospital. Kayden's health deteriorated after receiving vaccines on March 5, prompting his family to seek medical attention. Despite efforts made by healthcare professionals, including administering Panadol syrup and providing oxygen, Kayden's condition worsened rapidly, culminating in his untimely demise. The Ministry of Health has assured that medical workers who provided care to Kayden, as well as family members, will be interviewed as part of the investigation. The findings of the probe aim to shed light on the circumstances surrounding Kayden's death and ensure accountability in the delivery of healthcare services. Further updates on the investigation will be provided as information becomes available. Security guard fatally shot during robbery at People's Supermarket. Tragedy struck the community of Tushin, East Bank Essequibo, as Paul Waterman, a dedicated security guard and resident, was shot dead during an armed robbery at the People's Supermarket in Vredenhoop, West Coast Demerara. According to a statement from police headquarters on Monday, the harrowing incident unfolded around 1500 hours HRS when 3 male bandits, armed with handguns, stormed the supermarket premises. Among them, Paul Waterman, armed with a .32 Taurus pistol, courageously confronted the perpetrators alongside the supermarket's proprietors, Ping Xian Lin and Li Yeno Hen. During the ensuing confrontation, one of the suspects discharged a round, fatally striking Waterman. Despite efforts to rush him to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, he succumbed to his injuries. The perpetrators, after robbing the supermarket of cash, phone cards, a cell phone, and other items, fled the scene, prompting a swift response from law enforcement authorities. The police commander for Regional Division No. 3, Assistant Commissioner Mahendra Sinarine, along with Regional Detective Officer Assistant Superintendent Jermaine Grant and their teams, promptly arrived at the scene. The area was thoroughly processed, and crucial evidence, including a .32 spent shell, was recovered. The loss of Paul Waterman is deeply mourned by his family, friends, and community members. His bravery and sacrifice in the face of danger exemplify the dedication of security personnel across the nation. The investigation into this tragic incident remains ongoing, with authorities committed to bringing the perpetrators to justice and ensuring the safety and security of all citizens.